I'm curious about the transition from the end of Sefer Bereshis, which is dedicated to Yosef. He's the central figure and the heroine, and the beginning of Sefer Shmos. The Torah opens up Sefer Shmos, telling us that Bnei Yisrael go down to Mitzrayim, Shivim Nefoshos, and then there are three words that seem totally out of place. Yosef is long gone, and yet it says, V'Yosef Hayav b'Mitzrayim. Rashi says, what's this all about? And I believe the answer is that Yosef is making a metaphysical impact on the place, the location where Klal Yisrael are going to suffer from slavery and from humiliation for decades and for centuries. Yosef, says the Chazal, went down to Mitzrayim before Klal Yisrael went down to Mitzrayim. And he went down as a slave. He was sold. He was in a state of shiftless. The worst thing that we face as individuals and as a nation is atzvus, is depression. And slavery means depression. But Yosef understood in a broader picture that his slavery was meant to prepare, in a metaphysical sense, not a psychological sense so much, the groundwork for Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael couldn't possibly survive 2 centuries plus of slavery and atzvus. It would have broken them if not for the fact that Yosef had that impact. Chazal tell us that when Yosef was a slave in Mitzrayim, he somehow was able to see a broader picture, and he experienced a simcha. Who could imagine a superhuman feat that a person could be in that state and achieve simcha? But because he understood that this was part of a divine plan and he was laying the groundwork. Paro says about Yosef, Isha ruach bo. Chazal say that what was that ruach? That was the spirit of life, of vitality. That was the spirit that he imbued all of Klal Yisrael with. He gave us a vision. He gave us a perspective. And we were able to survive for centuries in Mitzrayim with all the shiftless and all the avdus, only because Yosef had prepared the ground. He wrought some of his will. Then when each and every one of us face these challenges of humiliation sometimes, and certainly as a nation, never to go into atzvus, but always remember that image, that vision of the simcha of a Yosef HaTzadik. And if we do so, in Yirtz Hashem, Yosef gives us that vision of the ultimate geula, the redemption, which retroactively will understand all of the goals. And we should see this speedily in our days, the geula shlema, Kein Yiratzon. Amen. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.